Inside the parcel, how a return label exposed a multi-million crime. It started on a cold January morning at the Heathrow International Sorting Hub, one of the busiest mail facilities in the world. Conveyor belts hummed under white fluorescent lights. Thousands of parcels passed every minute. Boxes, padded envelopes, crates. But one small brown package triggered a silent alarm. It wasn't the weight or the contents. It was the label. The barcode had been flagged before, twice, by Europol's digital tracking system. Yet this was the first time it had appeared in a physical parcel. Inside, customs officers expected counterfeit goods or narcotics. Instead, when they sliced it open, they found something stranger: 22 brand new passports, all from different countries, each one registered under names that didn't exist. The package was addressed to a fictitious office in London, with a return label from a boutique cosmetics store in Warsaw, Poland. A routine anomaly, or so they thought. Within hours, the label was uploaded into Interpol's cargo tracking network. What they uncovered next would unravel an entire criminal enterprise that had hidden in plain sight for nearly 5 years. Detective Amelia Dwyer had seen smuggling before, drugs, weapons, even organs, but this was different. Someone was laundering identities. Each passport had been perfectly forged, embedded with legitimate biometric chips cloned from real travelers who had flown through European airports. These were not black market fakes. They were ghost identities, used for offshore accounts, property purchases, and political donations. Dwyer called it the cleanest crime I've ever seen. Still, something about that parcel nagged at her. The packaging wasn't professional. It had scuffed corners, uneven tape, a faint perfume scent. Too casual for a multi-million-euro operation. When she flipped it over, she saw something odd: a faded return sticker, half peeled off, revealing another label beneath it. The old one wasn't Polish. It was from Lisbon, Portugal. That was the first link, one that shouldn't have existed. Interpol traced the postal route back through 4 cities: Lisbon, Warsaw, Hamburg, London. Each stop involved a different carrier, a different name, and a different type of package. It was like the same parcel had been repackaged and resent again and again, hopping across borders under new disguises. Inside a quiet meeting room in Europol's Hague headquarters, agents stared at a map covered in red strings. Every time the barcode appeared, a legitimate company had gone bankrupt within 24 hours. A logistics firm in Spain. A trading broker in Denmark. A charity in Italy. All drained of millions through phantom accounts, opened under names found inside those fake passports. The parcel wasn't just a delivery, it was a signal. Someone was using the postal system itself to move encrypted financial commands, orders hidden in barcodes that triggered money transfers once scanned. Weeks later, a tip came in from Warsaw. A small printing warehouse called Parcel Logistics had recently bought industrial barcode printers identical to those used in government passport offices. Dwyer flew there with her team. They arrived on a freezing night, the city blanketed in snow. Through cracked windows, they saw the glow of machines running past midnight. Inside, hundreds of shipping labels printed in rapid succession, all with the same formatting. Some were addressed to empty buildings, others to high-end hotels in Paris and Brussels. And then Dwyer spotted it, the same return label that had triggered the original investigation. But this one wasn't just printed. It was signed. A faint signature, in smudged blue ink, Eurosha. The name matched a Portuguese customs officer who had gone missing 3 months earlier. When the team stormed the facility, they expected forgers, maybe traffickers. What they found instead froze everyone in place. In the back office, behind a curtain of hanging paper rolls, was a workstation with 6 monitors showing live CCTV feeds, not of the warehouse, but of airport cargo terminals across Europe. Someone had hacked into security systems from Warsaw, tracking every incoming and outgoing package in real time. The operator had vanished minutes before they arrived, leaving behind an open laptop still recording. On the screen was a shipping manifest scheduled for the next morning. Destination, London. Sender, Parcel Logistics. Recipient, European Council HQ, Brussels. Declared contents, office supplies. Dwyer knew that was a lie. She ordered the team to scan the document barcode on screen. The system decoded it instantly, revealing encrypted coordinates, GPS points leading to 4 warehouses in 4 countries. Every one of them belonged to companies registered under names from the fake passports. Dwyer sat back, staring at the flickering monitor. The realization hit her like a gunshot. They weren't just shipping fake IDs. They were moving real money through fake companies under real names, all traceable to people who didn't exist. She leaned closer, whispering to herself, "Whoever's running this doesn't care about the parcels. The labels are the crime." But before she could send the data to Europol's secure server, the power in the building flickered. The lights went out. Then, across the darkened warehouse, one of the parcel printers came to life again, printing a single new label, slowly, methodically. Her flashlight beam caught the paper as it rolled out. A barcode. A Warsaw postmark. A destination. Detective A. Dwyer, Scotland Yard Evidence Room, London. And beneath the barcode, handwritten in faint blue ink, were 2 words that made her blood run cold. Return received. When Detective Amelia Dwyer boarded the flight back to London, she carried only one thing in her briefcase: the barcode. The single printed label found in that Warsaw warehouse, still smudged with the ink that spelled her name. The words "return received" haunted her. It was as if the criminals knew she'd find them. By the time she landed, her Europol contact had already sent new intelligence. Every one of the 4 GPS coordinates decoded from that barcode pointed to legitimate businesses, at least on paper. Registered tax records, employee lists, even customer reviews. But when investigators visited the addresses, all they found were empty shells, shuttered buildings, silent phones, no human activity for months. They were called ghost companies in financial crime slang. Entities that exist only on paper, built to launder dirty money through clean channels. But these were unlike anything Amelia had seen. Each ghost company was tied to different industries: seafood exports in Lisbon, medical equipment in Hamburg, tech consulting in Warsaw, and luxury courier services in Manchester. Different countries, different owners. Same logo, a faint geometric cube. A cube that also appeared on the corner of her mysterious parcel label. It was as if the whole network was connected by invisible strings. She brought the findings to Scotland Yard's cybercrime division. There, analyst Liam Carver, a quiet genius with a nervous energy, ran the barcode through layers of decoding software. After a few minutes, he froze. "This isn't a shipping label," he said slowly. "It's a digital handshake." Every barcode from the network was embedded with a microcode that triggered encrypted cryptocurrency transfers. Each time one was scanned by a postal scanner, in an airport, a mail hub, or a delivery van, the code activated a payment from one ghost account to another, disguised as a legitimate commercial transaction. Billions of pounds had been moved this way, right through official infrastructure. But here's where it got darker. Liam found something buried inside the barcode metadata. A signature sequence. It was a set of 3 alphanumeric initials that appeared in all the intercepted labels. RC71. It matched the initials of the missing Portuguese customs officer, Eduardo Rocha. That was when Amelia realized Rocha hadn't just gone missing. He had been part of this. 2 days later, a new lead came through. A package addressed to one of the ghost companies in Hamburg had been flagged at the Dover cargo terminal. Same cube logo. Same encryption signature. Amelia and her team drove through the night, headlights slicing through the fog as rain lashed across the motorway. At the terminal, customs officers led them to a refrigerated container sealed in plastic wrap. On the manifest, it was labeled as frozen seafood imports. But when they opened it, the air that rushed out was colder than the North Sea. Inside were stacks of hard drives, thousands of them, disguised in frozen gel packs to fool scanners. Each drive held encrypted transaction records, years' worth, linking hundreds of shell companies, politicians' donations, and offshore accounts. But every drive was password protected with the same code, RC71. Back in London, Amelia's superiors were both impressed and alarmed. The deeper they dug, the more dangerous it became. Someone with extraordinary access to customs, transport systems, and international trade data was orchestrating this. That night, Amelia received a message on her personal phone. No number, No sender. Just a text that read, "Stop looking for Rosha. He's already inside." Her blood chilled. She showed it to Liam, who quickly traced its signal. It came from a burner phone within the building. Someone inside Scotland Yard was feeding information to the network. Security was tightened. Every officer involved was vetted, and communications were locked down. Yet hours later, the encrypted drives from the Dover seizure disappeared from evidence storage. Surveillance cameras in the archive had mysteriously gone offline for exactly 60 seconds, just long enough for the theft. The next morning, a new parcel arrived at Scotland Yard's front desk. No return label, just a single barcode sticker. Amelia's name was handwritten across the top again, and beneath it, in small red ink. "You scanned us first." Liam refused to touch it. If this thing's encoded like the last ones, he warned, scanning it could trigger another transfer. Maybe even a wipe. Amelia ordered a controlled decryption, offline in a secure forensics lab. The machine hummed for hours until a single message appeared on screen. "Rosha, phase 2 complete. Awaiting confirmation." Underneath the message were 4 IP addresses, one from each ghost company location, pinging live, as if someone were watching. Liam looked at her, pale. "They're active again. The network isn't dead, it's growing." Over the next week, the investigation spread across borders. Europol coordinated simultaneous raids in Poland, Germany, and Portugal. Dozens of warehouses were searched, but every single one was empty, cleared out days before. It was as if the criminals had known exactly when law enforcement would strike. Amelia began suspecting a leak at the highest level. Her instincts told her it wasn't just corruption, it was control. Someone on the inside wasn't helping the smugglers, they were leading them. Then came the call from Interpol. A frozen body had been discovered on the banks of the Tagus River near Lisbon. Dental records confirmed it was Eduardo Rocha. But something didn't add up. His death was estimated at least 6 months prior. How could a dead man send live encrypted codes? Liam asked. That night, Amelia stared at the barcode printout again. Under blue forensic light, a hidden layer of microtext appeared, a string of coordinates and one phrase. Every system needs a host. She finally understood. Rocha wasn't the mastermind, he was a prototype. Someone had built an automated smuggling network that could function even after its creator was gone, using postal systems, logistics companies, and even law enforcement tools to move data, money, and fake identities. Rocha's credentials, fingerprints, and ID were just the digital host that kept it alive. The network was evolving, self-replicating, every barcode scanned feeding it new data, new routes, new access. Amelia sat in silence. If the system was autonomous, if it was still alive, then it was already too late. Her phone buzzed again. Another message, no number. Attached was a single barcode image. When she looked closer, she saw something that turned her stomach, her own badge number embedded in the code. Rain poured over London like cold glass. The city lights bled through it in streaks of blue and amber, turning the Thames into a mirror of trembling reflections. Detective Amelia Dwyer hadn't slept in 2 days. The barcode sat on her desk, printed and enlarged, the pattern of black and white lines now burned into her mind. Her badge number was there, hidden inside the code like a cruel taunt. Somewhere in that string of data, the truth was waiting. Liam Carver entered the room, holding 2 cups of coffee. His hands were shaking slightly. "I ran it again," he said quietly. "Same encryption sequence. But there's more this time. A location." Amelia's eyes narrowed. "Where?" He hesitated. "King's Cross. Platform loading dock. Parcel Terminal 14. Amelia exhaled slowly. It was always parcels. Always logistics. The criminals had built their empire in plain sight. Inside systems the world trusted without question. By nightfall, she and a small tactical team were inside the terminal. The air smelled of metal and diesel. Conveyor belts hummed beneath the fluorescent lights. Crates stamped with international barcodes rolled past, each representing millions of legitimate shipments, and possibly one that wasn't. Then Amelia saw it. A single parcel sitting motionless on a conveyor that had been shut down hours earlier. It was wrapped in brown paper, soaked from the humidity, and sealed with black tape. The label glowed faintly under UV light, the same cube logo. "Don't scan it," Liam warned over comms. "It could trigger something." Amelia ignored him. She crouched beside the box and noticed a faint red LED pulsing underneath the label, once every second. A heartbeat. The forensics unit carefully moved the parcel to a containment chamber. When they finally sliced it open, they expected another hard drive or stack of fake passports. What they found instead made the entire room fall silent. Inside was a camera lens, connected to a small circuit board and transmitter. The parcel wasn't a message. It was a surveillance device. And it had been streaming for days. Amelia leaned closer. The feed showed dozens of grainy CCTV-style videos, footage from inside various sorting hubs across Europe. But one feed stood out, a live view of their own investigation room at Scotland Yard. Someone was watching them through their own evidence. "Cut the feed," Amelia ordered, voice trembling. Liam's fingers flew across the keyboard, isolating the signal. "It's not coming from outside," he whispered. "It's bouncing off the yard's own network." The realization hit them both. The system wasn't being hacked, it was plugged in. The barcodes, the tracking scanners, the postal routes, they had all become nodes in a vast web of surveillance and money laundering. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more real-life criminal mysteries, unsolved cases, and investigative deep dives every week.